fellow riders, and welcome back to Airhead Bar. In our previous episode we successfully restored front brake master cylinder, and today what we are going to do is front brake calipers. So please stay tuned for another rebuild. Okay, so here we are. This is our these are our brake calipers that we are going to rebuild, and these are original ATE type of calipers. They have 40 stamps, so it's 40 millimeter. It's updated version, and I have a rebuild kit for this 40 millimeter calipers. Just a couple of information before we proceed with the rebuild process. Honestly, these calipers were never the strong point of this bike. Braking power was pretty weak, and especially in considering today's modern bike, these brakes are not that good at all. Later models of Airhead, they had Brembo calipers which worked a bit better than these, but still not quite as modern brakes. One thing that is possible to do is actually to do a full conversion to the modern brake system with a new rotor, with a new essentially calipers and some conversion plate. Since we are going to, the idea here is to keep this bike as much as original as we can. We are going to keep these original ATE calipers, but we will rebuild them so they can be the best version of themselves. Okay, so without further ado, let's proceed with disassembly, and that's pretty straightforward. Here essentially you have this clip that holds the brake pad attached to the calipers. We will need to remove that one first. Okay, there it is. And then this pad just slides out. These are Brembo, really nice pads, almost brand new, and I'm definitely going to reuse those. The lower one has O-ring and it's pressed into a piston, so you just pull it out and it goes like that. So here is the rubber O-ring that keeps it attached to the piston. Okay, now the easiest way actually to remove piston from the caliper is actually used compressed air, and the idea is essentially you feed compressed air here, you keep this one tightened, and then compressed air should drive your piston out. It's a good idea to put some kind of wood here, so when piston goes out, sometimes it can be pretty abruptly. You don't want piston to be damaged, so that's why we want something soft here. And then also I'm going to cover everything with the cloth, because there is still some residual oil inside of a brake fluid, and I don't want it under compressed air to fly everywhere. Okay, this is how we are going to do it. Okay. It usually does not take a lot, and there it is. Alright, it will need just a tiny bit more. Okay, next we are going to remove this seal. There it is. should be another rubber. Okay, I'll need a pick to remove that one. There it is. Perfect. And that's it. Basically now we should be able to remove this guy. Okay. Okay, this is all the bleed and we are going to replace it. And now essentially there is nothing left to this brake caliper. It can go in ultrasonic cleaner. We will clean everything and then assemble it at the end with new parts. Okay, so here we are back with cleaned parts. I decided to paint the caliper and now we can proceed with the assembly. So basically here I have a rebuild kit that includes like a brake fluid seal that goes inside and then dust seal that goes on top. Our piston is in great shape, so there is no need to replace that one, and we can proceed with the assembly. Okay. Okay. Brake fluid seal is inside, and usually it's a good idea actually to wet it with a brake fluid, just because there is a really tight fit between piston and that seal. Should be enough. We don't want to go too crazy because especially on a paint, brake fluid can easily ruin a paint job. That's why you want to be very careful with it. Okay, now we will drive this one in. So this usually requires some fiddling. Because even without seal, it's really tight fit of this piston. Okay, there it is. Okay. I'm just going to drive it bit out so I can put a dust seal. Okay, there it is. Perfect. Okay, so next what we can do is put a new bleed screw. And also brake fluid pipe. We will tighten everything later when it's mounted on a bike. Okay, and now we can put pads inside. So one that has an O-ring goes inside and then the curved part looks down. I'm just going to put a bit of brake grease. And just press it in. That's it. Okay, and clip is final remaining part. Okay. There it is. For the shaft, we have a new O-ring. just like that, and that's it. This brake caliper is fully rebuilt and can be mounted on a bike. Thanks for watching.